Hey Waterline, I'm here with Susan Ferguson of Prevail of Hamilton County, and they do an incredible amount of work with victims of crime, victims of abuse. Tell us, Susan, about what Prevail does.
So Prevail serves victims of crime and abuse in Hamilton County, but our primary populations that we serve are victims of domestic violence and sexual assault. So we provide any services that they might need, from right when the crisis happens, so a lot of times we meet people even in the hospital, all the way through restorative services. So sometimes we meet somebody 10 years after a crime has occurred, and then they are now dealing with that later in life.
Wow. Well, one of the things that Susan shared with us was that they have over 2,500 people that they help every single year. Every single year. How many people come through your program and then they get to this place where they're ready to be independent, they're ready to be out on their own, they're ready to have their own apartment, their job, and all of these things? How many come to that place?
Yeah, we about a couple hundred a year that we see that are ready to move out on their own, but haven't been able to do that because of financial obstacles or other obstacles that are in their life to get there.
Yeah, tell us about some of those obstacles that they face.
So a lot of times with domestic violence in particular, there can be some really manipulative tactics used by the assailant. And sometimes that results in not only really low self-esteem that our advocates can work on, but they also have lots of obstacles to finding employment and moving out on their own in their own housing. So we have an advocate here that will help them with things like resume building, whether it's access to education, sometimes it's interviewing skills. A lot of times people haven't looked for a job in a few years, and boy, has that changed for all of us. So really figuring out how to do an internet search for jobs and apply online. So there's a lot of skills that go into that. And then once they do have a job and are able to maybe pay some rent, then they also need to find some housing. So really finding affordable housing in Hamilton County is a real challenge as well.
Yeah, that's very difficult. Absolutely, absolutely. So these victims come into Prevail, and they have been told over and over and again that they are nothing, that they can't do anything, that they are a victim. They come to Prevail and they hear that there's possibility for them, that there's a new life for them, that there's a new way for them, that there could actually be hope. So one of the reasons why we want to help out with Prevail is because your dollars, your money, would actually fund for an advocate to journey alongside these people who are ready to take that step and ready to move forward and ready to have that independence and ready to have that hope. So this week, Waterline, I'm asking you to go to waterlinechurch.com, click on Next Steps, click on Give, and please give to the Flash Flood of Generosity. Help us fund this project and see more people finding freedom and finding hope, and doing that through Prevail. Thank you, Susan, for everything that you're doing.
Thank you, and thank you, Waterline.
So beneath the stormy sky.